Begin the installation by releasing the wiring clamp holding the MAF wiring loom using a small flat blade screwdriver. Then disconnect the MAF sensor plug and set it out of the way. Next, use a damp cloth to wipe the air duct between the engine and the airbox to prevent any engine contamination. Then, using a 10mm socket or Phillips screwdriver, loosen the two hose clamps on the engine air duct and the hose clamp on the airbox inlet. Remove the engine air duct and block the engine air intake using a clean cloth to prevent any contamination while you change the airbox. Using a 10mm socket and extension, loosen the 3 bolts securing the factory airbox into the vehicle. The bolts won't come out completely as they're held in the brackets. As you begin lifting the airbox out of the vehicle, release the cable clip for the battery earth lead from the airbox using a small flat blade screwdriver. You can then remove the factory airbox from the vehicle. Once it's out, carefully remove the MAF sensor using a Phillips head screwdriver, then set it aside for use in the new airbox. It's now time to prepare the new PowerCore airbox for installation. Start by installing the small rubber wading plug into the small hole in the bottom of the airbox. The easiest way is to push it into the hole from the outside while pulling the end through from the inside. Next, using 4 bolts, washers and spring washers from the supplied kit, attach the bottom bracket to the housing and tighten the bolts with a 13mm socket or spanner. Then flip the housing over and attach the top bracket with the remaining 2 bolts, washers and spring washers. Ensure the rubber isolators and collars are fitted correctly to the metal brackets. Once the brackets are attached, install the original MAF sensor into the new housing cover as shown. Secure it using the supplied cap screws, washers and spring washers and tighten using a 3mm Allen key. Now it's time to install the new airbox into the vehicle. Place it into position and insert the airbox inlet into the factory duct or snorkel connector, but don't tighten the hose clamp just yet. Remove the cloth from the engine air inlet, then attach the engine air duct to the housing and to the engine air intake as you lower the PowerCore airbox into position. Again, don't tighten the hose clamps yet. Align the airbox brackets to the 3 mounting holes, then secure it in position using the 3 supplied bolts, washers and spring washers into the original captive nuts in the guard. Tighten the hose clamps on both ends of the engine air duct and also the single hose clamp on the airbox inlet. Next, connect the wiring harness plug to the MAF sensor. Complete the installation by screwing the filter service indicator into the housing lid and ensuring it's reset by pushing the button on the end.